What's going on, guys? It's Ken Osawa bringing you a brand new video, and today I'm going to be making my first anime review. Now this review is not going to be about One Piece, it's actually going to be about Bleach. Now I started watching Bleach probably about a month ago, and I killed all 366 episodes in like 4 weeks, you know what I mean? So that's already like saying something about how much I really did enjoy it. So how I'm basically going to do all these anime reviews is I'm going to be first like talking about every arc that's in the story or in the anime, and then after every arc I'll go into like my favorite scenes, and then after that I'll get like how I liked the anime and like what ranking it's on, like in my top 5 or top 10 or something like that. So let's get straight into this. So first, the Soul Society arc, or the first 3 seasons. Now the first season, honestly, the first 10 episodes are extremely boring in my opinion. I feel like until Renji and Byakuya come into the picture, the story is incredibly boring, and I personally thought it was very hard to keep watching. I'm very glad I did though, because after that it just gets amazing, like on One Piece level for me. Like there's some scenes in there that I equally enjoyed as I do some One Piece scenes. So yeah, if you haven't watched it, by the way, there's going to be huge spoilers, so go ahead and watch it. Like I said, the first 10 episodes might be a little bit boring, but just battle through it, and after that it's going to be absolutely amazing. So Soul Society arc I thought was the best arc in Bleach. By the way, I have not read the manga, so I have no clue. I just know that like the 1,000-Year War, I think, is the thing in the manga, that the manga is going to end pretty soon, but I have not read the manga. Maybe I will. But yeah, Soul Society arc for me is the best one because it's just so action-packed, and I think it was perfect. Like there's nothing wrong with the Soul Society arc for me. The best thing about it for me was that I was shocked when Aizen wasn't dead. Like I actually thought like it was an illusion from Ichimaru, because I was sure he was dead. Like I was so mind blown, and that was like honestly probably the best plot twist I've ever seen in a movie or like a series. It probably was Aizen. Like it was so incredibly well done, I thought, and I really loved that. Plus Kenpachi is one of my favorite characters in Bleach, and just him like fighting against Ichigo was so fucking awesome. So yeah, Soul Society arc for me was just insanely amazing. Now the Arrancar arc. Again, for me, the start was a little bit boring, just because it wasn't really, I don't know, like it felt like, again, because that's how I felt in the first 10 episodes, I felt like, of the Soul Society arc, I felt like it didn't have a real story. You just had like Ichigo fighting a Hollow, and then he'd defeat him at the end of the episode, and then the next episode you just have the same thing with like 10 episodes in a row, and I was like, what's the real story here? And that's kind of how I felt with the Arrancar arc. And at first I really didn't like Shinji. I really didn't. I thought he was a boring ass character, and that he was just really kind of stupid, to be honest. But Shinji also ended up becoming like one of my favorite characters at the end. And just the Vizards in general were just incredibly amazing, especially in the Aizen fight. I loved the way they appeared. So before Waco Mundo, to be honest, I thought everything was kind of boring. The one thing I really did like about it was how Ikkaku, Rangiku, and all of them, and like Hitsugaya and all of them, how they went to the world of the living. I loved that. That shit was so cool. And Renji and Rukia, of course, like that was so amazing for me. I loved that. Because some of those are my favorite characters, you know what I mean? And to see them like fight in the world of the living against the Arrancars, that was really cool. But like, I don't know, I just felt like you didn't have a real story yet, you know what I mean? And when you went to Waco Mundo and Orihime got kidnapped, I thought you finally had a real story, and I loved that. My favorite scene is literally when, I'll just get into my favorite scene. My favorite scene is when Ichigo goes to Kisuke Uruhara, and he wants to go to Waco Mundo, and then Chad and Uryu like come out of nowhere, like you haven't seen them in like 20 episodes or something like that, maybe even more, maybe it was a little bit less. Just for me, I felt like I hadn't seen them forever, and then they just appear out of nowhere, and then with that Quincy's craft in the background, oh my god, dude. Like, I literally smile every time I watch that scene. That scene is so fucking amazing. Best scene for me. Now we're in Waco Mundo. Again, Waco Mundo beginning is kind of boring because there's no real fights, because you know that all of the fights happening are not really going to be very impactful on the story because they're not very strong, you know what I mean? What is it called? Something Forest, the Menos Forest. That was a little bit boring for me. And the whole like Nell story. At first I didn't like it, but then when she like got older, but when they fought Nui Tura, I thought then I really liked Nell. But yeah, so the Espadas, the pre-Espada fights for me weren't that great. Like the ones with the 3 digits, like 963 and shit like that. The only one that was okay, I thought, was Ichigo versus the pre-Espada, whatever his name was, and that was a good one. But besides that, Chad's was okay too, but Uryu's was really boring. Now to the Espada fights. Now Espada number 9, so Rukia, that was a great battle for me. 8 with Byakuya. I love the way that Byakuya and Kenpachi, like how they came in, and even Captain Kurosuchi, they came in when like literally you thought everybody was gonna die, because Ichigo's fighting Nui Tora because he just beat Grimmjow, which Grimmjow for me is probably my favorite villain with Ulquiorra, and that was just amazing how the captains appeared and they saved their asses. Oh, that was amazing. But the Espada fight that I thought was the worst was that scientist. When Renji, Uryu, and like Nell's friends were like fighting against that scientist, that was such an incredibly boring fight, because it was literally, I felt like, going on for like 30-40 episodes. He just never wanted to die. When Kurosuchi came into battle, it was like really amazing, because Kurosuchi's like perfection speech that he had like on perfection and why he already knew that he was gonna win, that was amazing. That's honestly I used that in like one of my English papers that I had to, because I didn't copy it, but like I kind of rewrote his speech. It was just so amazing. So I mean, in the beginning you really hated Kurosuchi, and then towards the end, like in the wrong arc, you're just like, oh my god, dude, this guy's amazing. So Waco Mundo, honestly, really good. Like I said, there are some boring parts, but that's kind of, Bleach can be a very boring anime. It can be, like, there's a lot of episodes and a lot of like scenes that are incredibly boring, but like right after that you just hit them with a banger, and he just hits you with a banger and with a crazy episode, and then you're right back in it, and it's just amazing. But like I said, there are some very boring parts, but you just gotta battle through those, really do, because it does get amazing again. Then now I'm gonna get to Ichigo vs Ulquiorra, because that battle, a lot of people's like, that's their favorite battle in the whole anime, which for me it probably have to be Ichigo vs Grimmjow. Maybe also Ulquiorra is probably gonna be second place, but the reason Ulquiorra versus Ichigo is only second place is I didn't like the way when Ichigo turned into Vasto Lourdes, how he just destroyed him in like 2 blows. That shit to me was fucking stupid. It just was, because Ulquiorra had the second resurrection, which for me meant that he's the strongest Espada, because only even the top 3 Espada only have 1 resurrection, you know what I mean? So that does kind of mean, to me at least, it felt like Ulquiorra was the strongest, and then Ichigo turns into Vasto Lourdes and just kills him in like 2 blows. I really did not like that, because Ulquiorra, to me, he was so fucking cool in that second resurrection form. He looked so amazing, and that was honestly crazy good job from the animators. Like, that was insanely well done. The whole cinematic of the battle was crazy. Yeah, that was really amazing. Now, the top 3 Espada fights, they were, to me, very anticlimactic, because it wasn't really like I didn't feel intimidated by them. The only one that I really liked was the second one, the guy with like the skeleton and like the death thing, who fought Soyphone, I believe. He was the only one interesting because he had a really cool backstory. I mean, like the King of Waco Mundo, and then Aizen comes in and just destroys everything. That was cool. But Hollybell and Spark, to me, I wanted something really cool out of Spark, and Spark was just really boring. So that I didn't like that too much. Now comes Aizen and the Vizards. I love the way the Vizards returned. That was, to me, like, that could literally be a One Piece scene right there. You know what I mean? Like when you have Akainu who's about to kill Ruffy, and then the Whitebeard pirates show up and they just save his ass. Like, that's literally how I felt when the Vizards came, and that's like how Shinji easily became like one of my favorite characters in Bleach. I loved the way everybody fought against Aizen. I loved that. That was such an amazing like part of the story. I just loved the way Aizen destroyed them all. Like, they had no chance with this Kyoka Suigetsu, and just how Hitsugaya ended up like stabbing Momo instead of him, and that was just amazing. Honestly, I really liked that. Now another battle I loved was the wolf. I forgot his name. He's also the captain, and but he's that wolf who fights I also forgot the other captain's name, the blind guy. They end up fighting. That was an amazing battle too. And I loved one of the things Ichimaru, for me, he scared the shit out of me in the beginning of Bleach. Like, he was a character, every time he appeared, I was like, oh fuck, dude. Like, he was creepy as fuck. Like, he scared the shit out of me. And towards the end, Ichimaru, he became such an amazing character. Like, I loved Ichimaru. He was such a cool character. I loved the way he turned on Aizen. Honestly, that was really cool. I really liked that. But yeah, then I think Ichigo's dad, Kisuke, and Yoruichi come. I loved that. That was really an amazing job by the author. That was really well done. Because everything I thought at that point, because I knew like it wasn't gonna go on for that long, and like I knew the arc was getting in like 10 episodes, and everything I was thinking about is, when the fuck is Ichigo's dad coming into the picture, because we know he's a Soul Reaper, and I was just waiting for that. When that came, I loved it. I loved also the battle between Ichigo and Ichimaru. It's also really cool. The final battle, Aizen versus Ichigo, again, very anticlimactic. Like, again, I don't like that Ichigo just destroyed him. I wish it would have been a close match, you know what I mean? I don't like battles, well, that's not true, but like, I don't like battles with their final enemy and you just destroy them. Like, that's just so anticlimactic to me, and it just totally like kills the skill barrier, you know what I mean? Like, you think that Aizen is so fucking strong and he's the strongest, nobody can stop, and then Ichigo just comes and just with one final Getsuga Tensho, he just destroys his ass. Ichigo doesn't even get a scratch from him, you know what I mean? That's just kind of stupid to me. But yeah, then the Fullbring arc, I don't know, that's not really a part of the story. I mean, it's still part of the main story, but I don't know. Fullbring arc was okay, but wasn't that great. But now comes like my review part. Amazing anime. Like, it made me so happy. Like, I enjoyed it so much watching it. I really did. So that was really amazing to me. Honestly, it's definitely my top 5 now. It knocked Attack on Titan now. Like, might even be in front of Death Note, because Bleach really did just make me so happy, and like I enjoyed it so much while watching it that it has to. That's like I got the same feeling watching Bleach that I get when I watch One Piece, and One Piece is always gonna be number 1, but like, not a lot of like series or movies can give me that feeling that One Piece gives me, and if Bleach can do that, it has to be in my top 5 animes. Also, the concept of Bleach in general I really liked it, like the whole Soul Reapers and the Hollows and all of that. I really hope that the rest gets still animated, because everything I know is that there's this just final arc, and that it's apparently like the best arc in Bleach, and I really hope that it does get animated. There's like theories going around that it might get animated when the manga ends, so I really hope that that does happen, and then yeah, then I can start watching the 1,000-Year War. That would be really awesome. So that's really it for this anime review. Please leave comments, please leave suggestions in the comment section, like which animes, because I haven't watched a lot of animes. They're just kind of like the mainstream ones that I like kind of grew up with and things like that. But please leave like suggestions in the comments, like which anime you think I should watch. I'd be really interested in that. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and tell me what you guys thought of Bleach if you have watched it. If you haven't, like I said, go ahead and watch. I don't really know why you would be watching because I spoiled everything, but thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, bye.